J.Rashawn.
Emerald Dynasty.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
Prepare yourself. This is gonna be a time to remember.
Emerald Dynasty. Emerald Dynasty.
J.Rashawn.
Emerald Dynasty. Emerald Dynasty.
Hey, guys. This is J.Rashawn Colter here. I have some of my friends here as well, and I'm super excited about joining you guys. So if you're on here, I need you to go like, share, and invite. Tell somebody that we are on and we're talking about the Emerald Dynasty Beauty. And I have some of my wonderful guests that are on here that I cannot wait to allow you guys to be able to hear what it is, who they are, what it is that they're doing, and I'm just super excited about what's going on, guys. So we have Miss Tosh McFarland. She's definitely one of the best skincare specialists here in South Carolina, and she is amazing when it comes down to branding. I'm super excited about her, and I'm gonna let her unmute. I'm gonna let her unmute herself really soon to kind of talk about herself. Then we have Richard the Stylist, where he is actually a celebrity stylist himself, and he's also have been doing a plethora of things just even recently. I'm so amazed and excited about him being my friend. This is much. And then we have Mr. Marcus Gibson, Mr. Marcus Darling. He's an amazing friend over in Atlanta. That's really cool. Me and him, we've been friends for a long time, and I'm super excited about the great things that he is doing as well. So I'm super excited about all of these next things, all of these things that are going on. And then we have Mr. Franklin Berry that just came on, guys. I'm super excited. So I'm thankful that everybody is that is on. Some people still yet may be coming on um, while we're coming in as well. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to open the floor up with Miss Tosh really quick, give it the lady of the house right at this particular moment, and allow her to be able to speak and just introduce herself, just tell a little bit about herself and what it is that she do and how she handle things and her branding, and just do your thing, Miss Tosh. Go for it.
Hello, guys. Thank you. Can you hear me all right?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Hello. Thank you first to Mr. J.Rashawn Colter for having this amazing platform, this amazing event. Congratulations on your upcoming 20th anniversary. I know it's going to be an amazing event. My name is Atasha McFarland, known to most of you guys as Faces by Tosh. I am a licensed esthetician and licensed aesthetics educator located right here in Columbia, South Carolina. I am a graduate of Kenneth Schuler Cosmetology School, and I am an instructor right at that very same school that I attended my journey with aesthetics at. So I've been licensed for 5 years. I have my own spa. I really love aesthetics. I first got into the beauty industry doing makeup, but once I went to school and went into aesthetics, I kind of kicked makeup to the curb, fell in love with skincare, and have been going full force ever since. I'm also a school teacher, so a lot of people are like, "Hey, are you in your business full time?" I actually work my business part time, but it's kind of more like full time. So I am a school teacher, so teaching and education comes naturally to me. I also am from a performing arts background. I attended a performing arts high school, so having the creative side into doing my business kind of comes natural to me as well. So like Mr. J.Rashawn Colter said, with the branding, I am very active on Instagram, Facebook, and that comes into play with how you promote your business. So sometimes you may promote your business online or offline. You just have to figure out where your audience is and know who you're appealing to and what you're great at, right? So we all are in the beauty world. There are a lot of people that are cosmetologists, estheticians, nail techs. Me personally, I can't service all of Columbia or surrounding areas. So on a previous chat, I was talking about how it's great to perform and have a great network, right? So if I'm not available, then I can refer out to somebody else. Or if, because we are in the beauty field and I deal with skincare, although I don't do makeup anymore, I can say, hey, you can go to Richard the Stylist, or you can go to Franklin Berry for hair, makeup. I'm here in Columbia, but I have a resource or a referral for you in Atlanta or in Charlotte or wherever the case may be. So it's important to create that network and to be professional as well. So I'm glad to be here. Look forward to educating you guys, ladies and guys, on the importance of skincare, how to implement it into your everyday routine. Right now, we are dealing with a lot of maskne, which is from us wearing these masks consistently. So a lot of my clientele have issues with pigmentation, acne, even hormonal breakouts. I do offer services to males as well. So I love doing gentlemen's facials. That's like my ultimate favorite. And especially if they have a beard, then I'm going full in, getting to the nitty gritty. We talk about ingrowns. Oftentimes with guys, they just say, hey, I'm just using soap to cleanse my skin. And I'm like, okay, well, we need to get you on an actual facial cleanser because soap is great for the body, but it's going to dry out your skin and strip your skin more so than your body. So getting them acclimated to implementing just a simple routine that's not going to have them doing too many steps and that will actually have them doing it consistently, but ultimately educating them on the importance of skincare, ingrowns, proper shaving techniques in between going to the barber and things of that nature. So I look forward to educating you guys and can't wait to see you soon.
I'm super excited. Itash was a part of the very first aesthetics program in the Garden Spear location, and she was an amazing student. She was one of my students, and I was like super excited to even have her class was like one of the best students, one of the best classes that I've dealt with. So she has definitely been amazing, and she does an amazing job. Life she had a chance to actually get me a gift certificate, to actually get a facial by her, and so man, the experience has been phenomenal. Like seriously, guys, if you need to get a facial, like that's your girl right there. Like seriously, even the atmosphere and everything is like just right. And she makes sure that she takes good care of you, even with the beards and stuff like that. She makes sure that your beard and everything. I felt like I was really glowing. so so that's amazing. So she is going to be doing education with us on Monday, on October 11th, guys. So if you're wanting to actually be there, you can definitely purchase your tickets at emeralddynastybeauty.com. On her and her classes on Monday, you're able to purchase those tickets. Those tickets are only $75 for that particular session. So if you're wanting to get some skincare tips and stuff like that on how to do it, she's going to be doing the skincare portion of it. And then we have another good friend, Miss Matia Sade. She's going to be coming in and doing some makeup tips as well. So I'm super excited about that particular segment of our event. So make sure you go to emeralddynastybeauty.com. So now we have our next guest. And listen, this guy right here, I how we wound up meeting, I knew him for a long time. I knew him and I knew of him. But then we were in competitions together. I'm gonna talk about this, Richard, just for a moment. And when we were in competitions together, we were against each other in the competitions, and like I can't even front with it. It's like we did a really good job, but he did a better job. And because his mindset and the way he thought about things, his creative mind, it was like so phenomenal with the way he thought about things and the way he executed it as well. And I was like, man, he is like so like he's a bad guy. And so then we had another hair show that we did for Bronner Brothers, and we was like, you know what? We need you on this team right here. And the way that he actually worked us and the way his creative mind went when it came down to the music and the dance and then all of this type of stuff, I'm like, yo, how in the world did you even get all of this? And the thing is, I loved it because he was so passionate about what it is that he does. And I realized that he's passionate about everything that he does when it comes down to the beauty industry. And I appreciate that about him as well. So, Richard, I'm gonna allow you to go ahead and unmute your mic, man. And let's talk about, you go in and you talk about what it is that you do and who you are, and tell some people about you. I know it's kind of hard. I know it's kind of hard for you to be able to talk about it, but let me get you to talk about it.
First of all, can you hear me? Okay, cool. So first of all, congratulations to you. Like, this is a big accomplishment, so congratulations. I dream to, be where you're at one day. I am Richard the Stylist. I own Style Me Rich Salon Studio on Bush River Road here in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm a hairstylist, makeup artist, creative director. I do a lot of things in the beauty industry, so it is definitely difficult to talk about all of them. I am also alumni of Kendall Schuler, so big ups. I'm just everything visual, just at the core. I'm just a creative. I just love creating. I dream it. I figure out how to accomplish it, and I just do it, man. It's difficult to communicate because it's something that's just in you. So it's hard to kind of say all of the parts, but it's, the beauty industry and creating is just something that I love. I'm so excited to be a part of the show. Hopefully I can make you proud in your 20 years, hopefully you're still excited 20 years later. And I'm excited to be, in the cast with all of these cool, amazing stylists and people in the beauty industry. So hopefully, we do our thing and we show out. We're good.
Listen, this cat, I'm telling y'all, man, this dude, he is like a phenomenal hairstylist. I'm telling you, and I understand where you're coming from when you say it's hard to really be able to tell people exactly what it is that you're doing because even with me planning this type of event and I've never seen it done before, all I know is in my head right at this moment. And being that it's in my head, I just need for people to just do exactly what I tell them to do because I can only see and say what it is that I see in my head. So I totally get it. And, dealing with you when we were, dealing with the show, I now understand exactly where you're coming from, with just that creative mind and not being able to like really say it, just do what it is that I say do, so that it can flow as well. So I really appreciate you and I appreciate your friendship as well, man. So like keep it up, man. I know he's been doing some phenomenal things with some celebrities and stuff like that, some things that he's been kind of keeping on the low as well. So, but just stay tuned, guys. He's such a humble guy. Like he's a really humble guy, and he's a cool cat. So, listen, I got my next friend that's coming up, Mr. Marcus Darling, and he is a phenomenal hairstylist in Atlanta. A lot of my friends are like, from out of state and stuff like that. But then I really appreciate all of my friends that are here in state as well. My Columbia and my Charleston and everything. But then I have people that are coming in from Texas and people that are coming in from Atlanta, people coming in from Kentucky and all of those different places. I'm like, yo, thank you. So I'm super excited about the time that you guys are actually making this happen. So, Mr. Marcus Darling, let me get you to unmute and just talk about a lot of stuff that you got going on and how you making things happen, sir.
Hello, everybody. I am Marcus Darling, Marcus Gibson, known as the Darling, known as Crazy Boy, known as Wildcat, known as all things party. I'm just originally from Louisiana. I'm just a country boy. I got into the industry, believe it or not, 27 years ago professionally.
Wow.
I'm a little bit older than I look. But yeah, I've been in the industry 27 years professionally. I got into the industry initially as a braider, believe it or not, and then a barber from there, and then it just kind of snowballed into this wonderful career in the beauty industry. I never imagined that this industry would have taken me to the avenues that it has. Coming from a traditional two parent, overly religious family um, who had ideals about what career paths should look like. Um, my father was like, "You gonna do what? This can't be what you planning on doing to make a living." And now, to say that this industry has definitely made me something that they can be proud of, and something that allows me to explore, like RaShawn and my brother Richard just got to, expounding on how we're able to be creative and set trends and be the standard. um, the beauty industry, we set the standard, believe it or not,
Absolutely.
for all things hair, all things fashion, all things that are forward. It starts with us. So I think that it is important for us to keep things like this going, where we're able to brainstorm, we're able to come together and be creative together, learn and absorb what we can get from each other. Because we are the standard. We are the shit. We are. and
Right.
we wear it every day. We get up, you know I can get up and throw on some sweats and some flip-flops, but it's still something. I can walk past a person and they say, "You do hair?" Or, "Are you a hairstylist?" Or, "What do you do?" We wear that's because we were born with it. It's an aura, it's an energy that we carry as hairstylists, as beauty professionals, as estheticians, as barbers. It's something that we carry. We're born with it. It's an essence that lingers. When we leave, it stays. That's why people can never forget us. They meet us one time and they never forget us, because it's
Right.
something about us. So I'm just excited about a little old country boy by way of uh, Atlanta, by way of LA, Las Vegas. I'm just excited about what this thing is gonna be. Rashawn can tell you, I'm a loose cannon. So don't be shocked, don't be surprised. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just, I just like to have fun, and I love to bring the element of surprise. So stay tuned, and I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. And hey, Franklin.
Listen, I am excited, and everything that you said is like so true because of the simple fact we do set trends. And one of the things that I'm wanting to make sure that we, as the lead professionals in this industry, believe it or not, we are really the lead professionals. As much as we don't like to accept those type things, we try to make sure that we're still yet the kids, but we're actually the lead people within the industry as well, and people, they do look up to us, and so we have to make sure that we continue to set the trend and keep that example. And one of the good things that we're going to be doing as well, we have students that are actually be shadowing us while we're doing what it is that we're doing. So we will be taking some students by their hand while we're doing behind the scenes and stuff like that. Students, they will be coming shadowing us. So it's not like we're just kind of leaving our future, behind, but we're actually bringing our future, with us at the same time, and allowing us to see what goes on behind the scenes of everything and how to be able to look, how you should look when you're in the industry, how you should be acting, how you should dress, and how you should be just carrying yourself amongst all of us professionals and stuff like that as well. So I'm just excited about what's about to happen with all of this as well. So we got Mr. Franklin Berry that's coming all the way from Texas. I met him in Atlanta, Georgia at a hair show one time, and then he moved to from Atlanta, then he moved to New York, and he like became while he was in New York this amazing editorial stylist. I'm like, yo, his work has been phenomenal, and to actually see the drive that he has had throughout the industry, like he was determined, like he's been doing different things for behind the scenes and stuff like that, behind the chair. He has a lot of different things with those type a lot of pictures and stuff like that for them, and just watching him grow and just do what it is that he's doing. And then also like he's moved to Texas and he just opened his own salon. So I'm super excited about what it is that he has. He has a whole crew that's coming in from Texas, guys. So we got people coming in from Atlanta, we from Texas coming all the way to little Orangeburg that don't even have an Uber or a Lyft. And I think so I'm super excited about that. So listen, I'm gonna get you to unmute your mic, Franklin, and talk about yourself a little bit, my friend.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Um, I'm super excited. First of all, congratulations, RaShawn, on your
Thank you.
anniversary, and thank you so much for inviting me out. Like I said, well, my name is Franklin Berry. I am originally from Galveston, Texas. I lived in Atlanta. That's where I met RaShawn, like a year out of hair school. I was on the team with Marcus. Hey, Marcus, with Travis Dowdy,
Yeah.
and I learned so much. But from there, I went to New York because I just wanted to do a lot of editorial. I love fashion shows and stuff. So I started doing it there, and then what else did I do? I was a finalist in the Big Shot Awards for Behind the Chair, and did a couple of things with them. And I've just been like a sponge on my journey. It's been a amazing journey. I met so many wonderful friends, and that's become family now, and just excited. I am coming myself with my two assistants and maybe three other stylists from my hometown. They're fresh. My two assistants are fresh out of hair school. I'm all into education. I love, love, love education. So anytime y'all have a class or know about a class, please tell me. I want to learn everything. I'm like a sponge. So I'm really excited for them to just be in, just get their feet wet in the industry, to be around all this greatness, all this creativity. I'm excited to make some new friends and expand my network. Um, I'm just excited to be out there. I love doing anything hair or fashion, anything. I love networking. So super excited. Yeah, yeah, pretty much does that. Oh, also I'm a Mazzani artist, so that's why you see the stuff behind me. I have
Right.
class in the morning. I'm preparing for. So I do a lot of stuff with them as well, like online education and in Sephora stores and stuff like that. But I am excited to meet everybody, and I just like to laugh and have a good time, and maybe do a little dance, and that's me. So I look forward to meeting everybody. Y'all gonna get to meet my salon family and friends.
Listen, I'm super excited. I on for the event and just with Franklin and him doing what it is that he does. He's like I've seen him definitely grow. I'm so thankful because I had a chance. Everybody that's a part of the event, and this isn't even half of the people that's actually a part of the event, guys. But the part that I do have is so great right at this moment. And so watching every single person that's a part of the event grow into who they are, I'm like, man, it's so phenomenal to be able to actually see what it is that is going on. And so you hear myself, Etosh, and Richard talking about Kenneth Schuler. So Kenneth Schuler, I'm not a graduate of Kenneth Schuler, but I was employed by Kenneth Schuler. I was an educator there for a few years, and that was one of the best, some of the best years of my career that I really, really, really enjoyed. And so I wouldn't dare not do certain things or whatever. Tennis Shula is my family as well, and they are actually a big supporter of what it is that I'm doing as well. So Kenneth Shula is actually, and guys, he really is a guy. He's a really, he's for those that don't know that he's really a human being. It's not just a name. He's a human being. So he would actually be at our scholarship dinner that we're having on that Sunday night, and we'll be honoring him for being that trailblazer in the industry for education as well. So just so let's give it up for Mr. Shula as well, because sometimes if it wasn't for him doing what it is that he's done, all of the thousands and thousands of people that have been licensed, the great people, even like Etosh and Richard, we wouldn't be sitting here at this particular moment. So definitely going to be giving some shout outs as well, honoring him. And then we also have, I don't know if you guys had a chance or know Miss Belinda Baker. She is Miss Belinda Baker. She is an amazing educator. I used to work for Design Essentials for like 15 years, and so with me working for Design Essentials for that 15 years, she was over the education department, and she was the one that actually taught me how to educate. And so it's so big to be able to know how to be able to do platform work and how to do it in a good way, as well in a graceful way. So with that, when it comes down to the education parts of it and stuff like that, I know some of you guys, pretty much a good bit, all of you guys, have some form of education background and stuff like that. So I want you to be able to kind of talk about your education background, and what it is that you have done with educating different people, and talk about your passion behind all of it, because education is a passion of mine. That's my baby as well. So let's talk about your the places that you educated, and let's talk about just your passion and what drives you to be that amazing educator. So we're gonna go ahead. Let's go with Richard first. Let me get us to unmute and let him let us mute and let him unmute.
All right, hey guys. So I was a platform artist for Salon Exclusives, and is where I did most of my educating. But the part about educating that I like the most, or what I say I love the most, is not actually about products or cutting or shears or any of that. It's really just life experiences, and the idea around being just a great person, connecting with great people. In my mind, when I can communicate with a student and it gives them the real story, because it's not easy, and most people look at us because we make it look so easy all the time that it's easy. But the reality is that we all struggle, we all go through things, and knowing that beforehand is like the foundation of getting through it. If you know that it's not easy, if you know that it's not going to be perfect, if you know that it's not going to be right all the time, then it's easier to get through it. So really, when it comes to me and me educating, I like to do things really just raw and honest and hardcore, because that's how I had to learn it. Honestly, I had my best friends were hairstylists before me, and I started in the industry by choreographing a hair show for them. I was a dancer before I started doing hair, and it all just naturally shifted in the right direction. But to continue that, I still had to, faith without work is dead. So I still had to do my part. And so opening those doors and walking through those doors that's open, and figuring it out as I go and as I get there became more so of the passion. It was like, I did a seminar one time, and it was called Accidentally Doing It Right. Basically, is that figuring it out until you get it, just accidentally doing it right. So accidents don't always have to be wrong. You can accidentally do things right and just moving in that direction. So I don't actually work for a school, or I'm not like a big like educator on that standpoint. But when I get the chance to either talk to the youth or people in general, I like to tell a real story. So that's like my passion. That's my ministry in education.
Man, listen, that's really good. Actually, doing it by accident. That, that's really good, because honestly, if we all just be straight up honest, with everything that we do in the beauty industry, all of us do a whole bunch of accidents. we actually, a lot of people, they don't realize that we are really practicing every day that we're in the salon, and understand that as long as you have the foundation of what it is that you're supposed to do. And I tell students often, I'm like, look, listen, as long as you have your foundation, then you've done everything before, because not everything is pretty much foundation based. So, when I look at different people and they'll bring a cut, and if somebody said, well, I've never done that haircut before, I'm like, no, if you went through school, you've done all of the degrees and all of the angles and stuff like that. So you have no worries when it comes down to that. You just got to make sure that you're understanding your degrees and your angles and all of that type of stuff, and where it is that you want to be able to do what you need to do. So that's so important with that. So we're constantly doing things off mistake as a stylist. And a lot of people really don't understand that that's what it is that we do. But like you said, because we have the foundation, we're able to actually work our way through it and make it seem like so flawless with at the same time. So that's really good. I want to do a class for you to be able to talk about that. So I want you to actually make that happen for me as well. Ms. Tosh, let me get you to talk about your education. I know you chatted about it a little bit a little earlier, but let's dive a little deeper, because now you're actually into the school system. You're not a student. At one point you were a student, but in the aesthetics world, but you were a student in the aesthetics world, but now you're a teacher, a leader in the aesthetics world. Let's talk about that and how you feel about all that.
Okay, great point. So since I am an educator at the school, it is a little different perspective, right? So, we attended school and we're like, oh man, are we going to do this, or why are we doing it this way? But now coming back as an educator, it's like, I'm like, oh, I've been on both sides. So I understand it from a student perspective, but I also understand it from an educator perspective. So oftentimes in school, as students, we're just so caught up in what we see on social media, on YouTube, and things of that nature. So it's like, hey, well, I thought we are supposed to wax this way. I thought I'm supposed to remove it this way. But going back to what you said, foundation wise, these are the foundations, right? That I'm teaching you so we can get you through state board. However, when you get out into the real world, then yes, you can do it however way you want to, accidentally, like Richard said, or the same protocol that we taught you in school, or mastering and expanding upon what you learned in school from those foundations to whatever your perfected skill set is, whatever is your technique. But as an educator, it's like, okay, well, boom, well, we got to do this. I have to implement this. I have to set the standards. I have to make sure that we are following procedures and protocols. But at the same time, I understand that I have to make it interactive. I have to make sure that I'm meeting every student where they are in terms of, are you a visual learner, hands on? Do you like to take notes? Like, what are some different ways that I can keep you active in the lesson when we're doing theory, as opposed to just keep talking at you? I'm also implementing real life situations, so that it's more, relatable, as opposed to, okay, well, this is the stratum corneum and things of that nature. They're not ready to hear that, because oftentimes as students at Kenneth Schuler, and I teach evening aesthetics, they're working adults, right? So they have had a long day. So the eyes, I wouldn't say are already against them, but in terms of them being able to have time to study and things of that nature and retain the information, they're leaving school and they're getting back up and doing it all over again. So the time that I have with them, I have to make sure that I stress certain points and say, okay, this is what I need you to focus on. Yes, we will come back to this, but I know tomorrow you're going to work, so you don't have time to study this. Then you're coming to me. So we're going right back to it. So the only time you're able to actually review that information and go back over it is probably on the weekend. But then, hey, the weekend comes and you spending time with your family, you're relaxing. So being able to have the flexibility and the understanding and relate to every person and their situation is key as an educator, especially coming from being a student. So implementing all of that is helpful. And then I like to make sure that I keep it engaging and do like social media, like reels, and talking to them about lives and things of that nature, because that's what they're seeing on a daily basis, regardless of their age, if they're young or old. And they keep referring back to what they saw on YouTube, or whoever they're following celebrity wise in Atlanta or Charlotte, or whoever is popular. So they're into that. So I have to make sure that I'm keeping that engagement in and just meeting them where they are. So just making it fun and interactive.
Listen, thank you so much. Um, that's definitely phenomenal. I appreciate you for being who you are, even in my wife's life as well. And so I definitely appreciate you doing that. My wife, she's definitely has been raving and enjoying the education and stuff like that you have been bringing. So I need to definitely make sure you keep it up. I'm excited about it. So listen, guys, we have um one of my how can I say it? How can I say who he is to me? He's an excellent friend to me for sure. He's been with me and I've known him for some years. And you see he just has some drumsticks and stuff like that. So he's an amazing drummer, but he's also an amazing barber as well. And I've seen him grow from an amazing barber to now he's an amazing educator just as much. And I'm like, yo, just watching the growth that he's been actually making happen. And, to have him up on the stage that's coming up this Sunday, man, I'm just so amazed and excited about what it is that he has going on. So we got Mr. Perrin, Anointed Hand Anderson. He's an amazing barber. I want you to unmute yourself really quick, and I need you to tell him a little bit about yourself.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Well, my name is Perrin. I know Richard. What's up, Richard? Sean, we go way back. Everybody else is new. Um, I'm just a small town guy from Orangeburg, man. Just trying to step out of the box. And I'm glad I did step out of the box. It's been a journey. I've been been in the industry about 10 years now. So got a little foundation up under me, but always room to grow. I started teaching. It's been about 2 years now. It's been about 2 years I've
Yeah,
been educating now.
about 2 years.
And it's crazy how that even came about. Just like Richard was saying, everything kind of rolls into each other. You like accidents really it's crazy how I end up being over the whole program within a year due to COVID and all kind
Wow.
of stuff. People kind of um leaving the school and all that kind of stuff. So now I'm like really over programming. I actually have a chance to actually be on the national team. Then got certified and all, and so man, ain't nobody but God. That's all I can tell you. But
Absolutely.
I'm still in awe, like to be real, because this is all is like it's just new to me, and coming from where I come from, it's especially as a barber. Most barbers, they're one minded. We're one minded. We just want to stay to what we know. But one thing I learned, I pay attention to the cosmetologists. I pay attention to every other industry, and we don't make no money because we don't step out of that box. You know what I'm saying? So I understood the task. I understood what I was against. I knew I would be looked at funny. I'm still looked at funny, which I don't, care nothing about that. But I'm just grateful for for God to allow me to embark this path, man. So but that's a little bit about me. I am just a little guy, man, just trying to hang on by the waistline.
Listen, I will never forget. He came to me, and we was when Bronner Brothers had their show in New Orleans, and we were on this bus trip going to New Orleans, and he had his whole plan, and he was like, "Listen, I'm going to be an educator." He said, "I want to do it," and we went ahead and we figured out the plan, and the thing is, we created a plan together, eating lunch together a few times, doing some things, and from doing those type things, from a mentor standpoint, if you're talking to someone and you're giving them advice and you don't never see them actually work the plan out, that hurts for a little bit for somebody that we're mentoring. You know what I'm saying? But to actually see him work the plan and actually see the success that's happening with him. And I thank God that God allowed me to be able to help him through that particular process and actually see the fruits of our labor actually coming to fruition. Like, man, he's an amazing barber, and tell them exactly where you are so that they can understand the international level that you are actually embarking on.
Well, first of all, I want to definitely give you a shout out, Sean. Man, before you got to give your people their roses, their flowers while they're here. I just appreciate you for being a listening ear. I appreciate you for the opportunity, man, because like you said, where we come from, it's just the closed mindedness, and all that and the third. But right now within what you mean, repeat that question again so I can make sure I answer it right. I want to make sure I
So
answer this
within
correctly.
So I just tell them exactly where you're located as far as what school you're working at, and so what does
Okay.
being an international educator mean?
Okay, well, yeah, I'm employed at Paul Mitchell, the school in Columbia, South Carolina. Um, the national education team is like I'll be able to go be a platform artist. I also will be able to travel around and teach the barber program for Paul Mitchell, also promoting the Maverick and the Mitch. I don't know if you ever heard of like the guys John Mosley and Trevor, all those kind of guys. I would be able to, share the stage with some of those guys, be able to educate with some of those guys. I've already actually got a chance to kind of team up with Mike and Skylar. They're high, supposedly in the upper chain of Paul Mitchell. But it's just for me, it's just amazing to be an African American, a predominant white. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I get to be me, y'all. Like, I be me. Like, Richard, you say you keep it on, I keep it gutter. Like, I be professional, but I don't change who I am. And I think that's what's really getting me in the door because it's been people that's been there before me and hasn't even touched the surface of where I'm at. And I think it's just because I'm authentically me. And I think like I said, we went down to premiere that year and I saw John Mosley. Like, I never saw an African American control a room full of white people. They move at the snap of your hands. And I'm like, hold up. He cut hair just like I do. So what am I doing wrong? You know what I'm saying? Like, but to be able to be in that position, man, where they're asking you for your ideas, they're asking for your opinions. It's like it's crazy. It'd be crazy sometimes just to be in the room with some of these people, man, because I'm from the bird. Y'all know Orangeburg. Y'all know how it is down here. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even know. But I thank God for the opportunity, like I said, to be able to be a part of the industry in my own way. You know what I'm saying? Create my own lane. It ain't like I'm biting anybody else's lane. Like I'm
Exactly.
creating my own lane. So. It's a journey, man. Like I said, kudos to you, Sean, for like giving me the opportunity, giving me the guidelines, and giving me the confidence to even step in. Like teaching has changed a lot of me though. I've changed
Absolutely.
completely as a person because now instead of it just
Absolutely.
being the lives of you got lives on your hands that you're responsible for. And every day, like I know I don't know how to say her name.
Etosh.
Yeah,
Etosh.
yeah. Yeah, but even when you dealing with these students, you really become close. You know what I'm saying? You see that their daily lives and people really struggle in this world. And it's like school is an outlet in some way. Some people use it just to go through the motions, but some people really struggle in this world. And through the stories that I've been through personally, I'm able to relate to a lot of these African American young men and to help them kind of steer past and go ways that they didn't show me. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, they teach how to do hair, but they don't teach you the real life about hair, how to balance your money. You know what I'm saying? Your 5, 10 year plan. Like you might
Right.
have to have a
Right.
job at the beginning because you ain't got no clientele, but they telling you to slave in the shop all day. You know what I'm saying? All night. But and then now I'm trying to get out of the shop. I don't even want to be in there all day. I don't. Y'all can have all the clients. I'm running away from that because I see the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a rewarding experience. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
Man,
That's
I
it.
appreciate you saying that and you saying everything that you said, man. As far as you and Richard both, as far as being real and being authentically you, that's the only way that you'll be able to be within this industry and really make it. Because after a certain point, you're going to actually the real you is going to come out. And sometimes, you've given people so much of the fake you. It's like, yo, like, who is this person? So we have to make sure that we're constantly
That's
authentic. Go ahead,
that's
parent.
key though. That's key, and that's something that we don't talk about a lot. It's real. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at that person in the mirror and really be who you are and understand who you are. If I'm this, I'm not gonna let you label me and turn me into that. And a lot of people do that. We wear masks every day, and I thank God for the pandemic because you really had to deal with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You really had to face
Absolutely.
yourself. And if you didn't learn nothing during this pandemic, and you missed a key point because none of us could stop the world. None of us could stop the world from doing
Right.
anything like where it shuts everything down. So that was the time to reset, really
Absolutely.
get yourself together. And I mean, I used the moment for a momentum shift, and it helped me get to the point where I'm at now. So dealing with yourself is like that's what I preach hard because I fell short of that. You know what I'm saying? Like following other
Absolutely.
barbers, following the line of my peers. And if I kept doing that, is they've been in the game 20, 30 years and like the boulevard, shut down. Like a lot of them
This.
calling me now, it's crazy. Cause a lot of them that was I was looking up to are calling me for advice. And I'm talking about
Hmm.
40, 50 years old men like that I looked up to. And it's like, how did this, reverse like that? But it's just because I became me and I really got my own identity. And like mental health, if you need to deal with that, like for real, do that. Like you got to be real with this stuff, man, because we take on a lot. We constantly feeding our clients. We constantly
Hmm.
feeding when we go home. We constantly giving out, constantly. That who feeding us? You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
whatever you got to believe in, I ain't gonna say you got to believe in what I believe in. You got to believe in something, and I don't not what nobody do. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta tap into who you really are. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
To be authentic, man. Yeah, that's all.
I
I'm
think
done, bro.
I really believe that that's the key is actually really tapping into who you are as well. And so, honestly, the entire event, and the reason why I'm doing this event because he put it on my heart was, and the title of it is understanding your value. And a lot of us we do not really understand our values, so we then try to mimic other people and do so many other things or whatever. And so it's like we our value is we're devalued because we don't value ourselves. So Franklin, while I'm talking about the value and stuff like that, kind of let's talk about because you had to with the things that you have going on right now you have to go in and really try to find your value because when you're finding your value, you have to be able to put a different price tag on yourself. You have to go and do certain things. So, with your experience, how did you go in and figure out your value as you're while you are going on doing what it is that you're doing?
Um, well, first of all, parent, congratulations on all your opportunities, bro. That makes my heart smile just to hearing your testimony. And I'm gonna say keep sharing it because I share every part of what I've been through and what I do with everybody. So they understand what you see right now is not what it's always been. And to you too as well, Richard. Like I already know, like falling into it, this wasn't planned. I was supposed to be a nurse. That was my plan. But I wound up being a hairstylist. God's plan. But yeah, so as far as my value and stuff, like I honestly just started like coming into my own and being secure with myself. And I will say, even to this day, I'm still a work in progress. I always walk into things with an open heart and an open mind. Again, I'm a sponge. I like to take in everything. I know what I like and what I'm good at, but I also am very interested in learning everything else. So um, I just, for me, like I said, I'm always learning, and I kind of feel like when when it comes to pricing, I know what I started out with. Every year, I try to give myself a raise. Nobody else not gonna give me no raise. I stand on my feet. I use great products. I give you a great service. I believe that everybody else get a raise. Why I can't? So that every year or every other year, depending on what's going on, I'll give myself a $5 raise. You know, and depending on what service it is, it may be $10. Um, as far as my like I book a lot of photo shoots in New York. I didn't know what to do. My day rate was I would do them for free. Just because I love being on set. I love creating. I love meeting people. But then, I spoke thankfully. Let me just take a step back. Thankfully, I am surrounded by a great group of mentors, people in a great support system. Not only within my Mazzani family, but outside of it, I have people who are going to be honest with me. So that's very, very, very important for you to not have guest people around you. That people that's gonna be real and raw, you know. So that definitely helps me out. If I'm stuck on a color situation, I can reach out to somebody. If there's a haircut I'm not able to break down, I can reach out to somebody. Whatever it is within the industry, I have a great support system, which which is all over the country, and I'm very grateful for that. Um, let's see, I didn't lost my train of thought, but I can go on and on. What else? What else? What was the other
So,
question, Rashawn?
so, so you're doing excellent, man. Like seriously. So the thing is, you really, what I'm hearing you saying is that it's based off of the amount of education that you're constantly learning that helps increase your value even the more. So that
Definitely.
also helps you with understanding and just kind of boosting yourself up. The more you get educated, the more it allows you to be more confident in
Yes.
knowing, you know what, I can go ahead and do this, I can go ahead and do that when it comes down to charging or doing what it is that I need to do as well. So really quick, I want to go to Marcus Darling really quick, and I want him to kind of go in and talk about um, because in order for you to really understand your value, it has to be some things that are within yourself that you have to work on, and you have to actually kind of get rid of worrying about what other people say and what other people are doing. Because Marcus, he's such the outgoing guy, and I love it like all the way around. But he has to understand his value in the midst of not caring what it is that other people really says about him. Let's talk about that just a little bit, Marcus.
Absolutely. For me, I think it started when I was a kid. You know, always been an introvert. I was a fat kid. Um, I was a fat adult, a fat teenager. I was 300 pounds. So I've always been that person that stood in the background, and and I became comfortable with being there because it gave me the opportunity to shrink myself, being able to just
Wow,
blend. Um, and I began to search for my worth. I knew that I was a leader. I felt forward. I felt like I was greater, but I didn't know how to get there. And I had to start to peel back those layers and start to search myself and start to accept things that were looked at as flaws or character flaws or what was ugly or unattractive to other people. I had to try to find the beauty in that within myself. And it took a lot of time for me to get there. And once I got to that point, it's like, excuse my French, I really just don't give a fuck about what people think about me. Like, to be honest,
right,
like
right.
when I wake up in the morning, I make sure that I am 100% good with what I see. That's
That's
it.
good.
That's the only validation that I need. I need
That's
validation
good.
from my God, my spiritual leader, and myself. As long
That's
as
good.
I'm good with what I see, I feel like I'm good. I'm straight. I had wonderful people. When I moved to Atlanta, I came to Atlanta. I was supposed to be in Atlanta for 13 weeks. I came to work on a short film called The Sounds of Poetry. It was written by this writer named Dontavia Bullard. It was with Robin Givens, Jasmine, some other um, celebrity people. And once the show wrapped, I was ready to pack my bags and go home. And it goes back to Richard, what he was saying about things that we have no clue what's around the corner. You know what I mean? Like we really don't know what's there for us. And I had no clue that I would still be in Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta for 14 years now. After the short film wrapped, I started working on this little show called The Single Ladies with Lisa Ray. I don't know if you guys remember it, but I shot the pilot for that. um I bumped into this man, God rest his soul, COVID took him, Charles Gregory. He was my mentor. um I wandered into his salon looking for another salon that I was interviewing for. It was a total accident. Like, I had no clue who
Wow.
this guy was. And I walked into his salon and I said, "Hey, is the name I can't remember the name of the salon." He was like, "No." He was like, "What are you looking for that place for?" He was like, you can work here. And I was like, what? He was like, are you any good? And I was like, who is this? Like, who is this guy? And he was like, show me what you can do. He was like, I got a client over there. Go show. Like, literally, he made me like audition, like right there. And this guy hired me on the spot. Never knew that he was the key for all things film here, period, film,
Wow.
characters. He was key for every show that have come through Atlanta.
Wow.
Had
Did
no
he
clue who
not
this
that
guy
because
was. He hired me on the spot
Marcus,
and
was
he
it
gave me my start.
Marcus, was he not the guy that he did a lot of stuff for Tyler Perry as well, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. So with that connection, it opened up doors for Atlanta Housewives, Love and Hip Hop, Tyler Perry Studios, Screen Gems. I never thought I've been everywhere. Like the hair industry. I've been out of the country. I've been to the Dominican Republic. I've been to Europe. I've been to Asia. I've been to all of these places that when I was young, I used to lay on the ground and I look up in the sky. And my people thought I was fascinated with planes. I was not at all fascinated with planes and aviation. I was more fascinated with where are they going? Like,
Wow.
where are those people going? You know what I'm saying? And I would make up stories in my head about where they were going and what they were going to do when they got there. And
Wow.
my dream was always to be able to travel. So I never knew, but I never threw because I'm from a small town in Louisiana. So no one that I knew traveled and have left the country and did
Mhm.
all these things. We was just comfortable with what we saw right in front of us. And I
Mhm.
always dreamed of traveling. I never thought that this industry would set the tone and set the platform for me to be able to see the world. And I've done that.
Wow.
And I owe all
Wow.
of that to this industry and landing in the place that I would have least expected. I took the road less traveled, but I've grown so much and I've become so rich because of those crooks and turns that I took that hurt,
Wow.
and I had to lose a lot. I've been homeless, I've been hungry, I've been broke, but all of that helped to build a character that helps me to be the person that I am right now. So
Wow.
when he speak, because he knows, like Sean knows the stuff that I've gone through and how I am 100% of a person. And I
Right.
think a lot of us, we are portions of people, and we elect people that validate us in a way that make up the parts of us that are missing. And so when those persons are not in our lives, we feel empty and we feel like we're not
Right.
whole. And so for me to be 100% of a person and be able to be the best person that I can be, I had to build myself up to be 100% of a person without any validation from anybody except for myself.
That like you said like a whole lot. Like it is so important that we become 100% us. And I must say that I have done that my entire life as well, where I'm trying to make sure that I was validated and tried to make sure that I was liked by so many other people and all of that type of stuff. And so within myself, I had to realize I'm like, you know what? Like you said, like forget other people. You ain't said forget, but you know. But the thing is really understand exactly who you are. And now I feel as if I'm in my grown man status right now. I'm like, it don't even matter what anybody is saying. I'm going to go in and I'm going to create this pathway for me, regardless of who likes it, regardless of who don't like it as well. And me listening to even like all of the celebrities and stuff like that you had a chance to work with as well. Frankly, you had a chance to even work with what's the Purple Door. Let's talk about that really quick and your experience with working with help me with his name really quick.
It's Dwight. The
The
white
White,
Eubank.
yes, the White
Yes.
Eubank, right. So actually working in the salon with the White Eubanks, and he was like one of the hairstylists for the Atlanta Housewives. So let's talk about that slightly.
So that's my home salon. That's who hired me. That's my first mentor, and I love him. Him and Charles Gregory were best of friends, and they have the hair and fashion group that they were all a part of. So they all was one group. Um, it was amazing. I went in very insecure. It was a salon at the time with all male stylists. And I walked in, and so I bumped into a friend. He referred me there. I walked up. The white was like, "Are you in school?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "When you're available?" I was like, "Whenever you need me." He's like, "Well, be here Saturday at 9." I was like, "Okay." So I got that Saturday, and we went on a whole photo shoot. My first day at work. I'm like, "Oh my God, I didn't know what to do." So anyway, so that's how it started. But I learned so much from there, from like healthy hair and um, the beginning of color, style. The white was an amazing and still is amazing mentor. I can reach out to him, which I do all the time. Um, it just was it's a family there. Working with him, it taught me how to be on set. That's why I first fell in love with photo shoots. It was like a dream come true. I wasn't secure with myself or who I was as a person at the time. So, and I was like, that's when I was trying to find myself. So I was, kind of pulling a little bit from everybody, and with the salon being all men, I always been an outgoing person, but I just didn't let too many people inside. But because it was a family, I was almost forced to like open up, and I'm glad I
Right.
did because I saw so many people. I come from the project. Uh, I I'm hood. I polish myself up well, but I'm straight out the jet. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Listen, guys. Franklin, what Franklin used to be is not what he is today, y'all. I'm telling you.
No.
When I saw those
I
pictures
re-
of Franklin was a
I
whole
refined,
thug in these streets, y'all.
I refined my edge, and that's how I walked into the purple door. I used to walk by there and like, well, I'd be like, I ain't going in that place, that bougie place. But I went there when I started doing hair. I was like, wow, it's like it was like a dream being in there. From the decor, everybody dressed up every day. They were so polished. The men were very manicured. I was like, I think I love this is what I want to do. Like that's when I knew for sure. But again, I wasn't sure of myself. I learned a lot. It encouraged me to go out and do more. Dwight was the first person that took me to New York. I went to Fashion Week with him and assisted him, and I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. So if it was not for the purple door and like Dwight, I know the path of my life it wouldn't be where it is now. I met so many wonderful people, met so many connections. Um, it was an amazing experience. So I do suggest any young or fresh out of school students that they find them a mentor, someone that can instill that has some time under their belt that they can learn from because it's very, very, very
Absolutely.
important.
Absolutely. Richard, I'm gonna bother you for a moment, sir. Um, he has been a part of a lot of fashion weeks. And just creativity that he has actually brought to that as well. But I want you to actually go and talk about the fashion weeks and some of the experiences that you have had behind the scenes with the fashion weeks, and just give them just a little snippet of some of the celebrities that you've actually worked with.
Okay, so my first experience with any fashion week was Charleston Fashion Week. So I started with Charleston Fashion Week, auditioned for the team. I auditioned in hair and makeup, and I did not make makeup, but I made hair. So I ended up being on the hair team for Charleston Fashion Week, team ABP, which is our director, this young lady named Ashley. And we, I've done that for maybe like 3 or 4 years. So we build an actual team or rapport. I was the only black male hairstylist on the team. So you know how that goes. But from there, once the team kind of built its rapport, we then had an opportunity to go to Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week with, I think Kenneth Schuler had something to do with it, but I was on a different team, but he ended up being there with the designer that we styled for. That was my first opportunity. And then my second opportunity, I went on my own and just finagled and shucked and bucked and did what I had to do to get behind the scenes. And I ended up getting tickets to Sergio's show. Um, and then this year, Fashion Week, it's so funny because it's so many parts to like put all these pieces together to like make the story make sense. But this year, Fashion Week, I actually went to um, style hair for Sergio Hudson's opening for Sheila E. So she opened on the drums for his fashion show, which is actually amazing because it's like his like breakout moment in fashion. Um, but knowing your worth, can I go back for a second? Just because I didn't really get to touch on that whole piece, but knowing your worth is crazy because as creatives, we all creators, but as creatives, it's a gift. So it's different if you go to hair school because you just need a way out and you figure it's gonna make you some money and you just go. When it's just in you naturally, it's different because it's a gift. That means you didn't pay for it, you didn't ask for it, you just happen to have it. So to put a number on it becomes difficult sometimes. All right, I just want to say that. But these doors and being able to walk at opportunities and then doing things because so when you plant a seed, it has to grow. The thing that we get so confused about is that we live in this age where the microwave thing is still happening so fast because literally I can have on the front of the day and have a pixie cut tomorrow. People don't understand there's a process. And so in that process, you realize that things have to happen. My moment was I worked with Sergio in 2013. And so people will see now in 2021 is like, oh, how does he get these blessings? How does this happen? How are you in this process? It's because I've already done the work. So it's mine already. I don't have to do nothing else because I did it already. I did my giving back. I did my sacrifice. I did my free photo shoots. I did my whatever I needed to do. So therefore, when it comes back tenfold, it's mine. So, um, yeah, so that's all of the whole knowing the word situation and how it works from my situation. I just wanted to touch bases on that because everybody had such beautiful answers and I wanted to be a part of it. So, um, yeah, but Fashion Week is amazing. It's definitely different from what you expect if you've never been there before. It's one of those things that you should just go and do. Like you should just do it. Like don't even have a ticket. Just go to New York and figure it out as you go, and the doors will open.
Listen, that is like you going in and you talking about the gift. It is a gift within us, and it's so hard to be able to put a price tag on it. But then after a certain point, we still have to put a price tag on it. And it's like, when do we get to that point of putting that price tag on it and really um and broadening our value and understanding our value? And a lot of times I had to realize that, like I said, for me, with my gift, I had to allow to stop people from prostituting my gift at the same time. And then from that particular point, really understanding that within me that I did not need the validation as much as I thought that I did. You know what I'm saying? And so, and a lot of that I believe came from not really having a major father figure and always wanting to be able to have a father figure or someone to be able to help validate those things in me. But I'm so thankful to God that He created, me and allowed me to be able to understand, like, okay, listen, you can do this, you can make this stuff happen. And so, guys, I wanted to share with the Facebook exactly what are we bringing to the table. And that's our main thing. I did this video, I did this whole live and had my friends to come on. And like I said, this is not half of the people that will be there, but you're getting like some good nuggets just from this small piece of people that we do have at this particular moment. And it's like, you need to be in the house on October 10th and 11th. Like, if you miss out on being in the house from getting all of this wisdom that's actually being imparted right now, it has nothing to do with me and celebrate my 20 years. This 20 years has been amazing and stuff like that, but I'm here doing this to help build you up. And that's my whole reason for doing what it is that I'm doing. God told me to actually do it for 20 years and actually make it big. And I wanted to try to do this whole party and all of that type of stuff one time before. But who I was with at the moment, it just wasn't time for me to be able to do it with them. God, He told me, He was like, listen, I want you to go in and I want you to do this on your own so you can do it just like I show you. And so God is showing me some things, but my whole thing is to help change somebody's life. That's the bottom line. Between the cut party and the education and all of that type of stuff, the bottom line is to be able to touch somebody's life. And guys, as you come to the event, I want you, as God continue to touch your heart and nudge on you to be able to talk to whoever it is you need to talk to and to be able to touch whoever it is that you need to touch. I want you to allow God to lead you, to guide you on whoever it is that needs to be touched, because that's the bottom line. I want you to give a good show, but at the end of the day, I want you to help change somebody's life. And that's the bottom line for why we're doing what it is that we're doing with this Emerald Dynasty event. And so getting people to understand that value. So we as people, we know, and we've been to that place where we didn't understand our value, and we can see people at their point where they're not understanding their value. And as we are seeing those types of things, I want us to be able to call those things out and be like, okay, listen, I know where you are. Let me help you. Let me give you this nugget right here to help you get to your next level. And that's really what it is that I'm doing. And that's the reason why I'm doing this event, is actually helping people go to the next level, just in their life and their thinking and their mindset, because it all starts with the mind. Okay? So listen, October 10th and 11th, we're having this amazing hit show. We call it a cut party in the industry world. And we're going to have like some phenomenal people that will be on stage. And how you have like the red carpet, I have the green carpet that's going to be going down as well. And it's going to be like amazing. I have some hosts that's going to be on the carpet that's going to be asking you questions like, who are you, where you coming from, all of that type of stuff. So I need y'all to be dressed, impressed on October 10th and the 11th. I need you to kill it, Marcus. October 10th and 11th, I need you guys to come out and make it happen. So October 10th at 3 p.m., guys, October 10th at 3 p.m., I need you guys to make sure that you are in the building. How do you get your tickets? The website is right on the bottom, emeraldddynastybeauty.com. That's it, emeraldddynastybeauty.com. You can get your VIP tickets. We have a scholarship dinner that's going to be going on that same night. It's going to be at 8:30 that night, and we're going to be honoring some amazing people, and we're going to be giving away 4 $1,000 scholarships, guys. That's big. Like, that is so big. And so we're going to be like really making this thing happen. And so that's all on Sunday. And then we're also doing a photography party on Sunday as well. So Franklin, I definitely want you to help out with that as much as possible. So when our main people that are on the stage, when they get finished cutting, they're going to actually go over to the photography party, and you're going to see behind the scenes on what it is that they do behind the scenes in a photo shoot. So those that are like really experienced with photo shoots, I need y'all to go ahead and take the lead and make it happen. That's a whole photo shoot party that's going down all in the same building, all by itself. All of that is on Sunday. You do not want to miss it. In order for you to get the VIP tickets, the VIP tickets I think are like $150 or something like that, $175. I'm not sure. Go to the website, check it out. Go get the VIP tickets. You get a signature drink that you get to drink. You get to actually be in the VIP room with some of these amazing educators and these amazing people. And then also you'll get the dinner and actually be able to hang out with us as well. So why not go ahead and get those VIP tickets? So that's for that 1-day pass. But on that Monday, starting at 10 a.m., for those that are VIPs and our educators, we have Mr. Dorikas Crawford, Fantasia's Stylist. He's going to be there with our brunch, and he's going to be helping you understand your value and push you to the next level with understanding your value as well. Him and Miss Lakeisha Dion McCray, she's going to be coming in doing what it is that she do and help taking you to the next level with your thinking and helping push you to that next level as well. So I'm super excited about that. And then that's going to go on. And then for those that did not get the VIP ticket, and you got your other tickets and stuff like that, you're just as important as everybody else. But your classes actually starts at 12 o'clock. Things will start at 12 o'clock, and we have in the hair portion of it, we have Mr. Greg Gilmore. He's coming all the way from California and actually about to show you some pixie cuts, and he's gonna like really beast it out. So if you guys had a chance to see Tony Braxton and Tiffany Haddish and some of the other people that have done it, even on Met Carpet or whatever, he had a chance to actually cut their hair, do those shortcuts. So if you know about those pixie cuts and want to know how to do that, y'all need to be in the house on Monday. And then we have Mr. Condor Rodnock. He's a great friend of mine. He was supposed to be on, but he's going to be showing you how to do hair color in only 8 minutes, guys. That's like cutting off our time. Y'all know we as stylists, we've been doing hair for a long time. We ain't got time. I can't take looking at people for more than about 3 hours. 3 hours is my max with anybody in the salon nowadays. So to be able to go ahead and cut that time in half with the time frame that I can actually deal with the time frame that we can be with our clients, that's amazing. And I'm ready to actually see that. So he's going to be educating as well on the hair portion of it. And then we have on the skincare portion of it, we have Miss Etosh McFarland. She's going to be killing with the skincare, showing you and giving you some tips on skincare. And then we have Miss Montia Sade. She's going to be doing some tips even on makeup. And so for our barbers, so if y'all know any barbers that's out there, we got my good friend coming from Raleigh, North Carolina, Miss Yogi Moses. I know her from Design Essentials, but then she's also working with this amazing male grooming line that's called TCM. And they are amazing, guys. And so she's going to be actually showing some male grooming tips and stuff like that. So for all of the barbers that are wanting to take their barbering skills to another level, you do not want to miss that class as well. So listen, that's what we got to offer, guys. That's what we have to offer. And I'm super excited. That's going to be like some amazing things going on that Sunday and Monday. But then on that Saturday, guys, we're going to be meeting up, doing a meet and greet at this wonderful bar that's here in Orangeburg that I'm super excited, and I can't wait to have my friends come there. It's at Parzells. It's called Parzells Cafe, and they have like an amazing time where they have DJs. Sometimes they have live music going on, and we just going to come meet and greet and get a chance to be able to actually just love on each other and just let our hair down for each other on that Saturday. So Saturday at between 8:30 and 9 p.m. We're gonna be at Parzells here in Orangeburg, South Carolina. So listen, I'm excited. We got a lot going on that entire weekend. Because y'all coming from the city, I'm gonna try to make sure I bring the country, the city, as much as possible.
As long
I
as
would
y'all
like to
got some
know,
drinks, I'm gonna be all right. Just have me
Where we
plenty.
got the drinks, right?
and I
What
want
you
some
say,
good
Frank?
food. I want some
We
good
got it.
food. I want
We
some good
got it.
food.
We gonna make sure we feed you. We gonna make sure that you got your drinks going. I was just talking to the bartenders a little earlier, yesterday, and they got my signature drink. That's gonna be ready for you. I got a green drink. That's a emerald green drink. That's gonna be like on point. So even for those that are vegetarians, I even got some food for you as well in the VIP room. So listen, I did my best to try to make sure that everybody was accommodated as much as possible. Listen, I cannot wait for you guys to get in town as well. So listen, don't miss out. Go to emerald-beauty.com. Do you guys have any final words that y'all want to share with the audience on today? Let me go with Marcus first.
I
So
just
you
want to tell
ready?
the people in Orangeburg to get ready, get ready, get ready. Baby, I'm coming to tear it down. I'm gonna try to
Let's
leave a
get
little
it.
piece of Orangeburg standing. But listen, I've never been there before. I hear it's a college town, and yeah, it's kind of laid back. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Like just getting together with everybody. It's been so long since COVID. Nobody really been. We haven't been able to join forces. You know what I'm saying? like we do at the Bronner Brothers. So, I'm looking forward to this. Like, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited.
That's what's up. Richard,
All I gotta say is peace, love, and blessings.
I appreciate that, my friend. Peace, love, and blessings. Listen, as long as you bringing that, we good to go. Listen, Franklin, talk to me.
Well, I'm excited to meet everybody. I enjoyed this call tonight. Just looking forward to making some new connections, extending my network, showing my assistants a little piece of this industry, and getting them all excited about what's to come, and just enjoying the time around other creatives. So I'm excited as well.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I hope
Terrence,
everyone
listen, bruh.
travels safely. Sorry, I hope everybody
Absolutely.
make it there safely.
Absolutely. Thank you, my friend. Mr. Perrin Anderson, bruh, we are bringing all of this greatness to Orangeburg.
They don't even understand, bro.
They don't even
They don't.
understand.
They don't even get it, bro. I don't think they get it. Them city boys don't get it, bro. Like, but man, you kudos to you, bro. For definitely changing the game and setting the bar at a different level. But man, I'm just looking forward just to be a part of it, man. Just to be a little fly on the wall, just to see Richard do. You know how Richard get. You know what I'm saying? Richard go get greasy. And then I know these boys here, they do tear bakes and all them here. So I'm just gonna be here like, okay, all right. I'm gonna enjoy
Listen,
it
I
though,
need
man.
you, as you do it, I need you to make sure you killing the game just as much, bro.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah. I'm
just
gonna
that's
hold it down.
amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen,
Uh-huh.
guys, thank y'all so much for even coming on. And I thank Missy Todd for coming on as well. And we got so many other great people that will be there. This is just a snippet of what it is that you guys will be getting. You don't want to miss it. Y'all make sure that y'all get y'all tickets October 10th and 11th. That's this Sunday and this Monday. That's like literally in a few days, guys. So, what you waiting on? What are you waiting on? So let's make it happen. Let's continue to be great. And God bless each and every one of y'all guys. Remember, like Richard said, peace, love, and happiness.
Good night, everyone.
EmeraldDynastyBeauty.com. Get your tickets today.
Let's go! J.Rashawn.